Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 3 different ways that we use essential oils in our home. Which way do you normally use essential oils a lot?
We diffuse them.
We diffuse them.
We clean with them.
We clean with them. What else?
We use them on our skins.
We put them on our skin, and then we put them in honey, so we are putting them in our
mouths.
Yeah, so we're ingesting them. So we use essential oils 3 different ways: in the air, topically, and internally. So you'll notice in the starter kit, some of the oils have a colored label and some of them have a white label. The colored label on the bottle has directions for diffusing them and also using them topically on your skin. The white bottles have directions for taking these oils internally, and the white oils are called our Vitality oils, and these are all labeled for internal use. We're going to talk about using them aromatically. What does aromatically mean? That's a big word.
It means
aromatically. What do you think that means?
Air.
In the air. That's right.
Air.
So the very first way, that is probably the easiest way to introduce oils into your home, is to put them in a diffuser. That's right. The very first way that I would introduce an oil into your home would be aromatically, in the air and in the diffuser. Another way, if you're not near a diffuser, to get oils in the air is to simply take out your bottle of lavender, smell it, or drop a couple of drops in your hand and rub them together. Cup your hands and breathe it in. So if you're out on the go and you need to sniff or smell the oils, that is kind of like a diffuser on the go. I like to tell people, if they're struggling emotionally, the best way to use essential oils for that is to smell them.
And right here, right?
And that's because it's close to your what?
Nose.
To your
and
nose.
Up here.
That's right. The reason why that is the best way to use them if you're struggling emotionally is because your olfactory system, which is where you smell in your nose and through, it goes all the way to the part of your brain that's called the limbic system, and that is where all of your emotions are stored. So when you're smelling an essential oil, it has the ability to go into your olfactory system, back to your limbic system, and affect you positively.
It's crazy how like smells that you just, if you take a little smell, it stays in your mind, like your head, for a very long time. And you're
That's
like,
right.
Wow.
That's true. It does that. So you want to drop in 2 to 3 drops in your Desert Mist diffuser. In the Aria diffuser, I use probably 8 drops. So we're not talking about a large amount of oils. We're talking about very small amounts of oils in our diffuser at a time. So when you're putting them in your diffuser, it's actually not heating up the oil. It's putting a microfine vapor out into the air. The next way we're going to talk about using essential oils is on our skin. Yeah, our skin. So anytime I use an oil, and if I'm not familiar with whether or not it's spicy or not, you want to dilute it with a carrier oil, and especially if I'm using it on my kiddos for the first time. This is the Young Living V6 oil that I love, and it comes with a little pump, so it's really easy to put on your hands and add your oil to it. A lot of people wonder if when they use a carrier oil, if it changes the effectiveness of the essential oil, and it actually doesn't. It helps kind of spread the oil out over a larger area. So I highly recommend using carrier oils when you use them. You can use, we love to use olive oil. We love fractionated coconut, jojoba. There's a lot of good carrier oils out there that you can use when you're applying oils to the skin for the first time. Oils in the starter kit that you'd want to use a carrier oil with when you're first starting out would be Thieves, Panaway, Peppermint, and Raven. Those would be all the oils that I would definitely dilute before I use them for the first time. Some really good places to apply oils topically are on your temples. We like to apply them to our wrists, on the back of the neck. For children, I like to put them on the bottoms of the feet or along the spine. And then I like to also apply them, where do we put them if your tummy isn't feeling well?
Right here.
Right
and
over
on your feet.
Right over your abdomen. And what you're talking about is your VitaFlex points that are on the bottoms of your feet are connected to specific organs. In the description of this video, we'll post a link to a VitaFlex chart for you to download and have as a resource. We have a whole line that are labeled specifically for ingestion called our Vitality oils. Now, I do want you to know that this lemon with the white label is no different than this lemon that has the yellow label. Young Living went through great lengths to be able to label these specific oils for internal usage. It's simply, I can talk to you about ingesting this oil because it has the approved label for it, but this one doesn't. This one is approved for topically and aromatically. Ways that you can take oils internally are in empty capsules. You can make your own capsules with them. So these are capsules that Young Living sells, but you can also get them on Amazon. They come apart like this. So you want to take them apart. You would put a couple of drops of your oil in the capsule and then fill the rest up with a carrier oil like olive oil is my favorite to make your own capsules. Another way that I like to take them internally is in my water. How I do that is I add a couple of pinches of pink salt to a spoon, drop on my lemon oil, just 1 or 2 drops, and then you want to stir it into your water. And that salt is acting as a solvent to help mix that oil into your water, since oil and water don't mix. Another thing that we like to do for you guys is to get a spoonful of honey and drop
Lemon.
a drop of lemon in there, or we've done thieves. And you can either take it by the spoonful that way or stir it into some tea and have a thieves tea.
Thieves tea.
And lastly, you can even put a drop of oil under your tongue. And I do this with peppermint all the time, just like this. So many oils are kind of strong and you want to test them just a little bit by you can put a couple drops in your hand and putting on your fingertip and rubbing it to the roof of your mouth just to see if it's a little too spicy for you. Young Living essential oils are pure, which makes them powerful and effective. So when you're using each oil, be sure and check out the label for the proper use. Thanks for watching, and comment below and let us know your favorite ways to use your essential oils.